a lot of issues with my sound lately. I'm not really sure why. For some reason, when I do the first live stream, every time on this channel, there's no sound. But hopefully there is this time. So I'll have to wait for somebody to come in the chat and let me know if they can hear me. I've already done my 1 minute of full body warm up cardio. So now I'm doing my dynamic stretching. So you can always go back and do my warm up video if you're not warmed up yet. Doing 10 shoulder rolls back, approximately 7-ish, and then we'll go forward. And then big shoulder circles. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Forward for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take wrists up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Other way. 1, 2. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me this time. I'm having issues with my sound. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat, please. This is 6, 7. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me because I'm having issues with my sound. And then we're gonna go up and make a fist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's do some circles with the fist. And then the other way. And then we're going to circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 10, 9, 8, 7. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm having a little issue with my sound. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Please. That's probably 10. I'm going to do my side stretch. This is 2. This is 3. 4. 5. 6. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. You know, I'm always having issues with sound on this channel. Thought I fixed the problem, but I guess not. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. 2. We're going to do 5, 3, 4. Let me check something really quick, make sure my Bluetooth is off. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Hi, Service Submissive, can you hear me? I've been having some issues with the sound. Can you hear me? Good, thank God. I don't know why, but every time lately on this channel, the first time I live stream, there's no sound. And then the second time there is. I don't know what that's about. It's very weird. All right, I'm doing some cat-cows. Oh, that is tight today. That's 1. This is 2. This is 4. I don't think I'm really crazy about this music channel, to be honest. I'm trying a new royalty-free music channel I found. And some of the songs are kind of weird. But we're gonna give it a full workout chance. And if I don't like it, it won't be back. I've lost track already. This is probably the 8, 9. No, this one's not bad. I could do without getting jiggy with it. This song's not bad. So we're doing 5 of these. This is 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, and then we're going to circle the hips. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, other side. 10, 9, 8, 7. Nothing too crazy, just warming up all the joints. 5-ish. 4, 3, 2, other way. These songs are very fast, and I feel myself trying to keep up with the music. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, stretch it out. Because that feels good. Roll it on up. Good. Service submissive, are you still in the chat? You can answer while I grab my water. Service submissive, are you still here? All right, we'll see if he comes back. I'm gonna go grab my interval timer because it's in the other room. Be right back. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put it over here because I'm gonna try to do some handstands today. There we go. So, I have it very short today, so you're not gonna be able to see it. What's up, Aries? Welcome. I'm just getting started for my workout. I just did my warm-up. And the exercises we're gonna do today are, the first one is called arches. Are you an arches kinkster? You're into arches? 1 jump forward, or is it 2 jump? 2 jumps forward, 1 jump back. No, 1 jump forward, 2 jumps back. That's what it is. Yeah, I had it right the first time. 1 jump forward, 2 jumps back is the first exercise. I'll probably be in the back there because it's going to be hard to do it on the mat. And then the second one is going to be a layback exercise on the pole for my inner thighs and working on holding it and be able to do some ab exercises. I know that doesn't make much sense to you, but it will when I do it. Third exercise is with the booty band for, it's like a butt exercise. And fourth one is going to be a band exercise for my shoulders. Last one's going to be a handstand. So basically, the equipment I'm using today is a therapy band, TheraBand, stretchy band, whatever you want to call it, and a glute, one of these thicker bands for the glute exercise. This one, the strength resistance is heroic, which sounds really scary. So that might be a little too much, but I also have the strong resistance, which is like 1 resistance down. So we'll see which one I end up using. Now for the layback, I'm going to be using the pole. If you don't have a pole, you can just put like a yoga block or something between your knees and do like a squat pulse situation. It'll still work the inner thighs if you have something between your knees. And I am gonna warm up my wrists a tiny bit more since we're doing handstands. Yes, Aries loves foot arches, apparently. Okay, so first little wrist stretch for handstands. I'm not gonna do my full handstand wrist routine, but I'm just gonna do some little circles here, 5 times each direction. And I'm gonna go the other way. So just trying to lean as far forward to the sides as you can comfortably. Elbows are straight, fingers are nice and spread, and fingertips are always gripping the floor. Okay, and then I think that's all I'm going to do for wrist, because I already did some wrists in my warm-up. I do want to do a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So my left shoulder gives me issues from time to time. I did a very intense long swim yesterday, so that might be why it's a little irritated. It's also a little bit of a postural thing too, I think. But so I'm going to do a puppy pose, which I usually do for my handstand warm-up routine, but I'm not going to go super deep. So usually I will try to push this, and I'm not going to push it today. So I'm just going to keep it real gentle. I'm going to hold it for a couple breaths, and then I'm going to come out a little bit and go back into it, hold it for a couple breaths. Again, nothing too crazy. I'm not trying to get crazy with this today. And then we're going to do that one more time. So I'm going to come out of it a little bit and then back in. I'm also going to do a little pec stretch while I'm here on the ground. So I'm going to come and put one arm out to the side and roll over onto that side and just hold it for about 3 deep breaths. These are stretches I like to do pretty much every time before I work on handstands. Yeah, this side's a little sore. So that's another reason we're going to do some band exercises today as one of the exercises in the interval training. So if you are not familiar with handstands, if you're brand new, anything like that, you want to be on as flat of a surface as possible. That's why I moved the mat back, because this is kind of a thick yoga mat. So it's better to be on like a flat floor. It's not great to do handstands on carpet. So if you have carpet, if you have like a piece of wood or something very firm that you can put down, that's much better for your wrists, because it can really irritate your wrists if you're on something squishy. So if you're brand new to handstands, you can do something like this just to build up your shoulder strength while I'm doing my handstand during the interval training. So you can have your hands, and your hands you always want your hands shoulder width apart, which isn't very far. People think it's far, it's not that far apart. My thumbs are almost touching. And then I have kind of like my middle finger pointing forwards. I've heard your pointer finger should point forwards. I think my middle finger feels a little more stable for me. And your fingers are spread really wide. You're pressing into the ground with this joint, and then your fingertips. So your fingers kind of curl up, but you want to keep this joint on the ground. And then you're going to keep your elbows real straight, engage your shoulders, so you're pushing through your shoulders. And then you can just come here and hold this. And you want to stack your shoulders over your wrists for a few seconds, and then you can come out. So you can just kind of go back and forth between that to build up the shoulder strength. I'm going to be trying an actual handstand. I usually will kick up into a handstand in front of the truss. I've been really working on doing handstands away from the wall. I've been working on cartwheeling out of handstands instead of flopping over into a back bend. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to walk my feet. I'm going to face this way, walk my feet up the truss, see if I can balance in a handstand, and then probably cartwheel out. Anything could happen. It could be a disaster, really. We'll see how it goes. Aries is just staring at my foot arches and my legs. That's fine. I'll allow it. Okay, so we've got the plan. 15 minutes. There's 5 exercises that I've gone over now. 50 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of rest in between or trying to get ready for the next exercise. Here we go. Let me get a sip of water. First one is the jump. Here we go. So big jump and then jump back. I'm kind of using my arm to get a little bit more forward momentum. But trying to jump as far forward as I can. We got 10 more seconds. And get a nice deep squat. Here we go. Next exercise is the lay back. Whew. So I'm going to do a little climb on the pole. These shorts are not quite, oops, I think I just ripped it. Not quite short enough. But so we're just working on holding here. Maybe do a little ab up and down. Not ready to go all the way back yet. And then I'm going to switch the leg that's on top. Try to keep my feet pointed, which is kind of hard to do. I'm just going to hold it here for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, point my feet. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, feel the burn. Next up is the booty band. We're going to go with the lighter resistance to start. So I'm going to do donkey kicks one side this round. Next round, we'll do the other side. And then the third round will be a clamshell, seated. Yeah, I definitely can't do the hard one. This one's hard enough. So try to keep my abs in tight and press my heel up towards the ceiling. Feeling it. This is a very high resistance band. Not easy. I'm going to do a few up to the side too. There we go. Wiggle on out. Now we've got the band exercise. I'm using a very light resistance band because my shoulder's bothering me. So we're going to do an external rotation exercise. Elbows are in line with the wrist, and I'm just rotating out, pushing my elbows down towards the ground. Don't take your elbows out to the side, just your hands go out to the side. So we're halfway there. Next round we're going to do a different exercise, but for this round we'll stick with this one. Keep your abs in tight, make sure you're not arching your back. This is a good rotator cuff exercise, strengthening exercise. Feeling it? 4 more seconds. Next is handstand. Boop. Okay, here goes nothing. We're gonna try to do handstand and cartwheel out. If I fall, you are allowed to laugh. Move the towel. Ow, I just kicked a weight. I don't recommend it. Do this. Okay. Up the truss. Walk the hands in. There we go. not easy. Maybe I should try the pole instead. Okay, well that's the end of the 50 seconds. Anyways, back to the top. 1 jump forward, 2 jumps back. Here we go. It would be better if I had a solid wall there, but I don't. A few more. Do without this hair in my face. There we go. All right. Next is the lay back. Back to the pole. Trying to get my shorts up a little more. Hold. Get a little loose there. 13 more seconds. We'll switch to the other side. Hold it for a few more seconds. There we go. Next up is the booty band, left side. Oh, where is it? Oh. And abs in, leg up. So I'm going to do as many as I can, and I'm going to go to the side a little bit, like I did on the last one. All right, I'm going to go to the side for a couple. Here we go. Next up is the band exercise. This time, we're going to be on the ground, and we're going to use it like a row. So around the feet and back. So I like to lean back a little bit, and I'm allowing my scapula to kind of move forward on my rib cage, and then squeezing them together as I pull back. More seconds. There we go. And now we're going to move to the handstand. I think this time I'm going to try kicking up against the truss like I did last time. Let's just try it. I have to be really focused to try it away from something yet, or still right now. And it's a little distracting to be live streaming and have music going and everything else. So. Okay, got a little balance there. Let's go again. Oops, I didn't kick up enough that time. few more seconds. Okay, back to the beginning. Jumps. I wish I had something to pin this hair back. It's really driving me nuts. Whatever, just do it. Yeah. This is why I always have my hair in a bun, because I hate when it's in my face. A few more. All right, back to crap. Lay back, yes. Feeling it? Let's get the shorts up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's definitely a lot more skin. Makes it much easier. Getting much better. But if I even start feeling like I'm slipping when I grab, you don't want to fall on your neck, that's for sure. I don't have a crash mat, but I can feel it when it starts getting slippery. Walk it in. I'm happy with even just doing a couple of those in. That's improvement. Okay, booty band. We're doing a seated clamshell this time. So let's put it on. And here we go. And oops, we're just gonna open. Halfway there. After this is the armband exercise. We're gonna do some shoulder flexion next round. 10 seconds. Last one. All right. Band. I'm gonna stay on the ground actually. And I like to sit on the yoga block. So, shoulder flexion, one hand on top of the other, straight elbows, lifting straight up. I'm gonna do 10 and then switch. And switch time. Getting a little sweat going on here. I think this is 7, 8, 9, 10 for the last few seconds. I'm just gonna hold it straight and pull out to the sides. Working the rhomboids. Okay. Last exercise, last round, handstands. We're gonna keep going with what I did last time since it was working. So trying to kick up and hold without touching the truss. Oops. Going down. Working on longer holds. We got 15 more seconds. Let's get one more in. Okay, there's the ding. All right. That was 3 rounds, 15 minutes. Not super intense, but good enough. Aries likes the band pulls. All right, a little stretch. After I wipe my sweat off, sweat towel. We'll start with the shoulders and work our way down for stretching. Okay. So you can do this on the ground in that puppy pose. I like to use the pole and we'll do little circles 5 times each way. And then we're going to go the other way. And then I'm going to lift one arm up. And again, you can do this on the ground, facing the mat, with your booty up in the air. And we're going to hold for 5 deep breaths. And then the other side. All right, for the next stretch, you can be going like this. I'm going to use the pole and then the way. Because then I can get my whole side and it feels really good. And then we're going to go the other side. Lean away for 5 breaths. Alright, and we're going to move into a pec stretch. You can do this against the wall, or if you have something like a doorway, maybe you could use that. Elbows in line with your shoulder, and you're going to turn away and hold it for about 5 deep breaths. How do we feel about this playlist today? I don't think it's as good as the songs that I made, but I'm sick of playing them over and over. And this is very fast-paced, which isn't necessarily bad for a workout, but it's a little on the fast side. Like, this might be a good running playlist. But I don't really like most of the songs that I heard. So I have a couple other ones I'm going to try. Just to switch up the music a little bit. I'll still play my songs every once in a while. And then the other side. Elbow in line with your shoulder, twist away. 5 deep breaths. I'm not going to do my more intense pec stretch today because I think that's going to be a little too much for this shoulder. I think I'm going to do some self-massage later and foam rolling, see if I can get that shoulder feeling a little bit better. Very annoying. Alright, let's do a little wrist and neck stretch after the handstand. So I'm going to roll my wrists out, and then I'm going to pull down on the fingers, check the chest, see if you guys have anything to say for yourselves. Aries says he likes it all. Oh, Fernando says perfect 10 out of 10. Wow, you guys are too kind. Aries is just totally taken with my arches. You're hilarious. I do have very high arches because I used to do a lot of dance, especially point. Some people call it toe, which I think is weird. I call it point shoes. That will give you high arches, I think, doing a lot of that, for sure. I do come from a dance background. And then, of course, we all know pole dancing for about 16 or 17 years, wearing shoes and always pointing your feet. And we're going to roll that out. Oh yes, neck. Let's roll side to side. I was hoping for a pole workout today, but it's always more important to respect your body rather than pushing through pain and injuries. I don't recommend it. I do like this song. All right, we're gonna hold it in the middle, hands behind the head. Gently pull down on the neck. gently. And then lift it up. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Let's flow through that a couple times. This is 2. And 3. I'm going to try to problem solve what this issue is with the no audio on the first live stream. It seems to be happening every time. I don't know why. It's very weird. All right, let's do a little leg stretch. We did work glutes with the jumps. What else did we do? Oh yeah, the lay back was a lot of inner thigh. So I'm just going to briefly do a hip flexor because I just do that all the time. Even though we didn't really work the hip flexors too much today, mine tend to be tight, which affects my back. So we're just going to do a couple stretches here. I do think my legs are starting to look a little leaner. I mean, they've always been pretty somewhat muscular, but I've been doing a lot more walking the last 7 weeks. So I think they're starting to probably have a little bit less fat on them and look a little bit leaner. All right, and then we're gonna come down to the mat for actually we're gonna do, since we're here, roll back onto the foot and stretch this out for an inner thigh stretch. I did like that song. Look, I got 2 things to hold on to for balance. I like to point and flex my foot while I'm here. And then we're gonna switch. You can try to keep this heel down, but you may not have the flexibility to do that. I don't right now. We're just looking for a stretch right here. This might be a good pole dancing song, actually. Still very fast. All right, glutes. Let's do it. So, we will start with this thing. Oh, the higher up you sit, the more it stretches right here. You just want to pay attention to your knee. If it's overstretching your knee, then you might want to come out a little bit. Or maybe do it seated more upright so you can support the knee. And then other side. This side is much tighter on me. Also make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows in this position. If you have a tendency to do that, make sure your elbows are a little bent. Wiggle your toes if you want to. I don't think there's any functional purpose, it just feels good. Okay, one more glute stretch. We're gonna put one leg in front of the other. I like to move my chunk out of the way. Sit up nice and straight, and then fold forward. So this is a position where this knee does tend to hurt a little bit when it's overstretched, so I'll stick a block under here. So it has maybe a little bit of support. It's still getting a good stretch. Also make sure your ankles are straight, don't sickle your ankles, because you don't want to hurt your ankles. I think this gets the glutes a little bit better than the last one, personally. And you can move around in your stretch a little bit too. Give it a little bounce. Goes with the music. I like this song too. Okay, so maybe there's just some, I wonder if I can remove some of the songs I don't like off this playlist. Because there were some, I don't really want to hear Getting Jiggy with it. I have to be in the mood for that song, really. And lean it forward. And you do want your feet in front of your hips a little bit. You don't want them all the way in like crisscross applesauce. You want them out in front of you a little bit. This is the knee that gives me problems. I'm gonna keep it on that side because this knee feels okay. All right, and then we're gonna wiggle that out. And I think we'll just do a forward fold since we're down here. Again, I like to move things out of the way, so I'm sitting right up on my sit bones. Sit up nice and tall, big inhale. And then you can exhale and fold, whoever is comfortable. And hold on to the feet if you want. Give yourself a little foot rub. Self-massage is actually very helpful and important to do. I like to give myself a little foot massage, especially when I can multitask. I'm stretching my back and massaging my feet. I do very high arches. A little deep breath in, flatten the back. Exhale, fold again. Oh, my back needed to be stretched, and then we can take it over to one side. Over to the other side. And then you can roll it on up. Shake it out. And come to maybe a forward fold, just grab the elbows, one more little thingy. And then roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Try to do it with no hands. And I forgot one more arm stretch that I need to do for my shoulder. I'm gonna use the pole. Last stretch, for real. You know I could stretch all day. Yeah, I definitely need to get on a ball later. Roll out. Those upper back muscles that are all pissed off at me right now. And do the other side, but I don't need to hold this side as long. The other side is the problem. Okay, I think that'll do it. So that completes workout today. I will be back. There's a hair floating around here somewhere. Anyways, I'll be back Friday for another workout. Hopefully pole. Hopefully the shoulder's feeling a little bit better. Aries thoroughly enjoyed my workout. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like this stream and subscribe to the channel. Bye.